Fred, do you see pretty much the same Rams that you've seen in the past, or does Stafford bring a whole new element to that offense?
Yeah, Stafford's great. I mean, he's playing lights out right now. He's brought, just a lot of juice to that offense, the ability to stretch the field and get those throws in so many different ways, manipulating defenses. So, they're still running similar scheme, right? Adding a couple wrinkles, but Stafford is for sure a great addition.
Right, he's taking X number of shots per game down the field.
I mean, yeah, that's that. I think that's obviously the goal, right? Is try and create explosive plays. They have explosive players, and a guy who can get it to them.
I don't know if it's entirely confirmed right now, but it looks like the Rams are going to sign Odell Beckham Jr. Do you have a reaction to that?
That's great. If he plays, great. If he doesn't, great.
Do you consider Cooper Kupp among those explosive players? I mean, he's a guy that didn't really stand out for his 40 time or anything like that, but still seems to make those types of plays quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, got a lot of respect for Coop, what he's been able to do, not only this year, but I mean, he's kind of been an underrated player his whole career, right? Probably just because of that, coming out didn't run the 4.3, but he's all about the details in his route running, in the block game, blocking as a receiver. Yeah, he's a really good player, and obviously it's starting to show and get that recognition this year.
What is your focus now? Guys are 8 games in. What do you need to do, to raise your game or to help get the defense playing to the level that I'm sure you guys want to play at?
Yeah, I think just being more relentless, being more consistent in my play. I think when I'm firing, I think the defense is firing. I full-heartedly believe that. And I put a lot of pressure on my shoulders to be that for the team. And that's one day at a time. And like I said, like I always say, nobody has higher expectations for myself than me. So I'm just gonna keep grinding. When I put that 5-4 jersey on, it's on.
I'm firing. The defense is firing. The defense hasn't played very well the last 2 weeks. Are you saying that you haven't been up to your standard the last 2 games?
Yeah, I could say that. Not because I haven't wanted to play well, right, and not because I'm not working hard or trying to put it out there on tape or on the field. It's just maybe it's just me kind of just need to refocus, just kind of simplify things instead of trying to do too much and just play hard.
How hard is it to find the balance between playing with your instincts, making those big plays, and then also all the responsibilities that you have on the field?
There is a balance to it. I think the coaches, D'Amico, they do a great job of making sure I never have too much. It's nothing more this season than I've had in the past. It's just having complete focus and control of the defense at all times when I'm out there on the field, just taking it one play at a time, and knowing when to take my shot and when to try and take a shot to make a play.
Is it tough to fight the urge to try to do too much when the team is in a rut that you guys are in? It's sort of the instinct is to say, I want to do more, and you have to fight that.
Oh, yeah, I always want to do more. I always want to be the guy. I want to be the one to help make plays for this defense. And something I've learned is the harder you press for that, the less chance you're going to get that, right? And, so it's more so just kind of taking a step back, seeing where I can focus, my attention on the details and my fundamentals, my technique. And at the end of the day, just putting on tape, that relentless play that I've always played with, letting that come show through the tape.
I'm not saying this was a result of you trying too hard to put football in shape. Funny, you can't
Typically, yeah.
recover it. But did that play, I guess, summarize somewhat your frustration this season? Right there, and then.
Yeah, that football is shaped funny. You're right about that. And I laugh about it now. Obviously, in the moment, I'm like that's a huge part in the game. That I need to make that play, and that's obvious. But yeah, I think that's kind of my point saying you stress so hard, and you press so hard for those big plays, and trying to make the play to change the game that you might not make it because you're pressing so hard. So it's more so just kind of letting the game come to me while I play my style. I focus on one play at a time, focus on the details. The rest will come.
And said that, part of leadership is A players have to play like A players every week. I'm assuming you agree with that, but just how do you think the A players on this team are sort of handling the rut that you guys are in those terms?
No, I agree completely. That's what any team. I think that's in football in general. Like you say, A players got to play like A players, and I think the guys who might have that standard to them, I think we all hold ourselves to such a high standard as it is that we're trying everything in our power to try to be at our best and make the plays that we need to make. We got to help bring everybody else along with us. But like you said, like at the end of the day, if you're an A player, you got to play like an A player.
You got a pick 6 against the Rams, and I'm wondering, you go back and in times like this, go back and look at some of the highlight plays to kind of change your mindset back into a positive switch, and then what do you see against Matthew Stafford that might create positive plays?
I'm constantly trying to. That's just. I'm always looking at positive plays, whether it be before a game or during the week. It's kind of like part of visualization and expecting yourself, knowing that you're capable of making big plays, and that's never wavered for me, at least. I think Stafford, the Titans got after him a little bit, just kind of with some of that pressure up front. He kind of made some bad decisions. I know he probably wants back pretty badly. But at the end of the day, we just got to make sure that we're one guy, every man playing their one assignment while playing that, like I said, like I keep talking about, that relentless play, that mindset of all 11 swarming to the football. And when you do that, good things are always going to happen.
Butler spent the preseason with the Rams. Have you had any conversations with him this week?
Oh yeah, he's giving me all the secrets, all the little tips to them. Nah, he's with the Bucks now. I'm sure he's probably forgotten everything about the Rams. So.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Hey, faithful, don't forget to click here to subscribe to our YouTube.